Welcome back. Hey, you guys, we've all heard it over and over. We are living in strange times, right? I think for so many of us, one of the most difficult aspects of this is loneliness, especially when it comes to our loved ones in nursing homes, or maybe you are the loved one, in which case we appreciate you. And I'm happy to say our next guest is the person to take our hand and give us some positive solutions. You guys know Wish TV's medical reporter, Dr. Mary Gillis. Mary, we are so glad that you're here to help, because who would have known a year later we're all still feeling this way? But you say we don't have to stay there. You've got some tips to help us.
Well, interestingly, I spoke with a wonderful veteran broadcaster. He is a human connection expert. I would say we tell stories as journalists. And he wrote a book. It's called Every Conversation Counts: How to Create Meaningful Connections with People.
I love the title. You had me at Every Conversation Counts.
And we spoke specifically about how we can foster connections with our older demographic, especially during this time. So we had some great tips, and I'd love for us to see what he has to say.
I think we've got a little bit of that conversation.
That's 13.8 million seniors that are living alone and now having extreme forms of isolation during this pandemic, because the pandemic has just accelerated these feelings of loneliness. Chronic loneliness has serious health implications, including elevated risks of heart disease, of Alzheimer's, of suicide, shorter lifespans. It impacts us on many levels. And when we look at our seniors that aren't getting around, aren't moving the way they used to, there are serious consequences of this, of not just having those personal touch points for connection.
Oh, fascinating. So what are some of the specific things that we can do? Because you were talking to me before, you said the onus is on us. We bear the responsibility.
Right. The one thing he recommends is we can teach our older demographic to use media, to use sort of platforms of connection. We can do text, we can do, of course, phone calls, but FaceTime, Zoom, facial interaction is anytime you can do that, we need to do that. And I'll just say, the other day we were doing a Zoom call, and an 80-year-old person, we facilitated it, he got on the Zoom.
He did it.
He did it.
No excuses. It's up to us. You also say, put the relationship first.
We put the relationship first. We don't go in with an agenda. We need to really listen to these people about, really listen to our loved ones and go where their conversation is going and listen with our whole heart, he says. And we could catch them at a time, and they could go in a certain place, and your ear could just take them from the lowest of low and change their day.
Well, isn't that the truth, the power of listening? You also say, Mary, give the gift of attention. I love this because I tell my kids, your attention is one of the most valuable things you own.
So the Every Conversation Counts, we talk about 5 minutes. Yes, there's remote learning. Yes, there's household. Yes, everything is going on. If you have a moment to go and Zoom with someone or talk to someone, then take it. Just take it and try to get those distractions away just for a moment.
Okay, and use video whenever possible.
Whenever
Is that
possible.
A deeper way of communicating? Did he speak to that?
We need facial expressions, because when you're on the phone with someone, you can't see their reaction. It's not as powerful as hearing what someone has to say. So we have to have sort of interaction in a way when they can't be in the room, but we need to see their face. And they need to see ours.
Oh my goodness, all of these are such good reminders. This morning when I was getting ready, I was thinking about how my kids and I used to have we called it the Widow of the Week Wednesday. And we'd go and visit somebody to encourage them, but of course it ended up encouraging us. I've missed that, and these are such good things to implement that we can do today. Where can we follow you?
Where can we follow me? On Facebook, Dr. Mary Gillis.
She's everywhere, and also we have that full interview that you did. We're going to put that on the website, and we can get on Facebook for that as well. Thank you so much, Mary. It's good to see you.